Hi, I'm Peter Walker of Peter Walker Piano Tuition. Welcome to letter K of my A to Z of piano composers and pianists. Well, today's artist is a concert pianist who will be celebrating his 80th birthday in October, and yet he's still going strong. He's the American pianist Stephen Kovacevich. I say American because he was born there, but he's actually lived in the UK since he was 18 years old and lives in Hampstead in London. But I want to start with this A to Z with a personal anecdote. In 1974, when I was 15 years old, I'd been learning the piano for a short while. I was about halfway through the grades, grade 4, grade 5, that sort of level. Pretty average. And our local music clubs in Luton and Dunstable joined forces to hire a big hall in Dunstable called the Queensway Hall for a special piano recital featuring Stephen Kovacevich. At that time he was known professionally as Stephen Bishop. Well, I went with my dad to the recital, and I remember we were quite close to the front row. I think we're in the third or fourth row, and I had a great view of Stephen Kovacevich. He played some Beethoven and some Schubert, and quite honestly it really blew me away. As a fledgling pianist, I could recognise what a stunning player he was. Had a very good view of his hands on the keyboard, which was different to other concerts I'd been to where the pianist was quite a distant figure in the Albert Hall or somewhere, and you couldn't really see their fingers on the piano at all. Mind you, the Queensway Hall was a very strange building. The auditorium was sort of egg-shaped, and it had an atrocious acoustic, which everyone complained about. The sound basically disappeared upwards and was very, very muddy sort of sound. The piano was also terrible. So much so, I actually remember Mr. Bishop remarking about that in the concert, which is very unusual. However, for me it was an inspiring concert to go to. Simply, as I said, to be so close. It was almost like he was playing personally for me. I actually have still have the programme from the recital here, and I can see that it was on the 31st of October 1974, so it's probably round about his birthday, and he played two pieces by Schubert, a sonata in C major, D840, and 12 Ländler, opus 171, and also two sonatas by Beethoven, a sonata in A major, opus 101, and a sonata in E flat, opus 31, number 3. Interestingly, before the recital there was a raffle in which the prize was a record. Do you remember those? LP, vinyl records, signed by Stephen Bishop. And also, crucially, there was the chance to meet him in the green room after the concert. And what a great man. I never normally win raffles. In fact, I hate them. But that was a great one to win, and I can remember being very shy, but he was very nice and very friendly, and was quite interested to hear that I was playing the piano, that I was learning how to play the piano. Well, 1974 was way before the invention of selfies, so sadly I don't have any pictures, and I couldn't find the record either that he'd signed, which is a bit shameful. But I do have this programme, and he was able to kindly sign that for me too. Well, that's more than enough about me. I don't want to bore you to death, but Kovacevich was a major inspiration to me then and now. I often listen to his recordings, and I love the clarity and the expression of his playing. And here's an example actually. Here's a little clip of him playing a Schubert sonata. Well, I mentioned that he's lived in the UK for much of his life. He first moved here to take up a scholarship to study with Dame Myra Hess when he was 18, and subsequently played Beethoven Diabelli Variations at his Wigmore Hall debut in 1961, a debut which firmly established him as a major pianist, a pianist to be taken note of. He was snapped up by EMI and offered a recording contract, moving to Philips' label in the early 70s, but he's made hundreds of recordings which are very highly regarded interpretations of the repertoire. He recorded mostly classical and some romantic repertoire. Especially noteworthy were his recordings of Beethoven, Schubert and Brahms, plus a small amount of 20th century music. His recordings of Bartók and Stravinsky are especially highly regarded. And teaching has always been an important part of Stephen's life. He regularly gives masterclasses, like this one, in which he discusses how to play a Schubert impromptu.
Okay, that's good. I'm not stopping you because it wasn't good. Try pedaling as an upbeat to make the piano already vibrating so that you don't start dry. The piano is already, yeah. Good. Okay, it's beautiful, but it's conventional. Try in your head or your heart or wherever you choose your tempo, alla breve. It's alla breve. Good. Think alla breve. Okay. It can be like this. It absolutely can be. But just for today, if it's a love declaration, it's very interesting. The way we play the codas of the Rachmaninoff concertos today is completely different from the way it was done when Rachmaninoff was playing it and Horowitz was playing it. Today we have, and it's beautiful, we're always spacious. And I think Hollywood has, and I'm not criticizing Hollywood, by the way. Hollywood has had its, the sunset and everything. But passion is always slow.
Well, as I mentioned at the start, 2020 is Stephen Kovacevich's 80th year. And what a year with coronavirus, everything like that. But despite his age, he continues to perform and adjudicate at high-profile piano competitions, and he continues to teach also. Well, that's letter K, and the next A to Z, if my alphabet is correct, should be letter L. So I wonder who that will be. Perhaps you can guess. But for now, thanks for watching, and remember, you can follow me on Twitter at Peter Walker, or you can go onto my YouTube channel, just search Peter Walker Piano on YouTube, and you're always very welcome to book an online piano lesson with me, and you can find out all about that on my website at peterwalker.net, or you can book straight from the Facebook page if you want to as well. So lots of ways of getting in touch with me. Okay, well, until the next time, goodbye.